Welcome to this week's choice, and this week's choice is a do-it-yourself Alaska hunt with Wade Renfro. Z and Joe head up to Alaska for their very first time, which is pretty awesome.
Keep going, you're doing well.
I know, thank you.
Okay, this week's lucky logo is Thompson Center.
Thompson Center.
So look for the TC logo.
Come on, TC.
At the end of the show, we'll tell you what's going to happen. Someone's going to win something really cool from Thompson Center.
Remember, this is a two-part show, and you don't want to miss it because this is unbelievable footage. The guys captured what a do-it-yourself Alaskan moose hunt is all about.
All the highs, the lows, getting there, setting up, hopefully getting a moose, hopefully packing that moose out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we got to fit into 2 shows, so we just need to get going.
We are officially on our way to Alaska.
Well, it's finally the 16th of September. Joe and I spent all day yesterday traveling to get here. We're actually in Bethel at a small bed and breakfast. We're going to meet Wade here in a few minutes. He's going to fly us in the bush. We've got about 14 days of moose hunting coming up, and we've been thinking about this all summer long. Training, walking, and hoping for a big rack. Well, we're loading them all. Wade's going to take us out this morning. It's a beautiful day. Damn, this plane's small.
This plane is perfectly sized for what it's for.
Yeah, it's just not for me. This was our first self-guided wilderness trip. We took all our gear, stuffed it into 2 planes. We had a Super Cub in them all. Wade and Chip flew us out to a place called Russian Mission, where they had to actually unload them all and use the Super Cub to fly us in because the landing on top of this little mountain was so short he couldn't land them all. By the time he got us shuttled in there, and we got everything set up and had a little bite to eat, it was getting dark. And the next day was the day that we had dreamed of forever. We were going to start hunting those Alaskan moose. Well, it's our first full day of hunting. It's about 65 degrees and we had a few sprinkles of rain. We think it's too hot. The bugs are terrible. The bull we thought we saw last night, traveled during the night because of the heat during the day. And we haven't seen a sign of any bulls today. So we're just gonna glass till dark. It's so hot, I don't think it'll do us any good to start calling until it cools off a little bit.
Oh. Another bug went in there, dude. Sat in glass for 12 hours yesterday, ended 11 hours, something like that. Ended up seeing 1 bull right before dark. Went over in glass this morning trying to find him again, and couldn't find him. So we're gonna hit another point. We scouted it out yesterday pretty good. Till it cools off, we don't want to be calling through the valley. At least on a self-guided moose hunt without a guide, that's what we think we should be doing. Lucy and I have been out all day hunting, and we're gonna get a bite to eat real quick, and then we're gonna go glass here till dark and see if we can put a bull to bed for Zennel tomorrow morning. When you're out in the bush, you can still eat like kings, man. They sent us with a pot of hamburger, some seasonings, some cheddar cheese, some bugs. We've got all our protein.
What's our 3rd morning? Joe and I skipped breakfast this morning, which is still bothering us. But we've got a bull spotted probably about 2.5 miles due south of us. We're gonna watch him for a minute, see which way. If he heads anywhere near this way, we're gonna go after him today.
You don't want to go anywhere because the guys just spotted their moose.
Yep.
And we're going to see if they could seal the deal. Remember, this is a do-it-yourself.
Welcome back to the choice.
Did they get there?
They got there. Now they saw something.
Who was
now
on
they gotta go
first?
after it. Z.
What was on second?
Joe.
Where's the moose?
He's on home base.
He's over there.
Yeah. Over
Let's see
yonder.
if they get over there.
Let's see if they can get there.
Do it yourself.
We sat here this morning before just about sunup. We watched a bull come into the valley and bed. We figure he's about 1.5 miles south of us. We sat here long enough. We've watched for about an hour. We think he's bedded for the day. We've just stripped down to light clothes. We're going to cross this valley, go up alongside and try to get downwind of him and draw him to us. That's the best chance we have. It's hot. Nothing else is going to be up moving today, so we're going to go see if we can get him off his bed, take him out.
miles. Our camp's on a mountaintop that way. We went down in a valley, crossed, topped this mountain, and came all the way back down. The bull we watched this morning is bedded right here in front of us at this bottom. We're going to slip down. We're going to go over here somewhere, set up, try to call him to us. We made this big circle just to get the wind in our favor. We're a long way from camp, but that's a big bull. Self-guided, Joe and I. That's the scary part. I never thought of that before I left. Well, that's where we were at this morning when we spotted this bull. He's bedded probably 500 yards down upwind of us. We watched him. We think he's bedded in there this morning, so we're going to try to call him out. The wind's right in our face. We should have a really good chance of seeing him. Joe and I have walked 2 miles today just to get upwind of this bull. Downwind. About 500 yards back, we stopped and scraped. Couldn't get nothing up. We stopped here just as this pine tree raked a little. Instantly, he's up. He's very loud.
Oh.
You guys see it.
Oh.
They've traveled a pile. They're almost there. You see the bull. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Choice.
Anticipation killing you?
Is it going to happen?
Don't know.
I don't know. Watch.
Do 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 do.
I'm so proud of you, Z. That was intense. That was intense. I don't know what to say. I've never seen anything so big thrashing trees like that and coming after us. He came right down this channel here between these pines. grunting. Just as he turned to go back out, I hit him the first time and I got him going away with the second bullet. Joe says he sees him bedded down on the other side of the pine. We're just gonna sit real tight for about an hour, give him plenty of time. Joe, what are we gonna do with this thing? Oh my, what an animal. What an animal. God bless us both for being here. And the animals that God put on this earth. I don't know how white he is. We finally got in here about 3 o'clock in the evening. And we set up and we started raking. We had no response about 45 minutes, an hour. We moved up maybe 300 yards. And the minute I was scraping with the call on a tree, the minute I stopped, this guy stood up and just started terrorizing the stuff. We kept working ourselves closer and closer together. Joe and I finally got set up. Maybe he only ran about 30 yards. Joe and I set up down here behind a pine tree, and it was maybe a 30-yard shot, the first one. And he turned to run, and I pumped another one into him, just hoping to stop him so he didn't run out of the county. We haven't measured him yet. The measurement don't matter. It's the fact that Joe and I did it, and it's just a lot of effort's gone into this, and we still have 10 or 11 days, and Joe's got a moose tag, and we're still going to try for another. Words can't cover what I'm feeling right now. Truly one of God's greatest creatures. All right, love you. Bye-bye. Jeez. Dad asked me what I was going to do with it. What are we going to do with it, Joe?
We're going to eat tenderloins for dinner.
I know, let's go.
Well, thank God for HS, because we really appreciate them when we're successful. And we've got some work to do here. Neither one of us has ever done it before, but I'm sure it's like skinning a big rabbit, maybe?
Wow. Now that's
Unbelievable. Z, Joe, way to go. A
guys.
do-it-yourself moose hunt with Wade Renfro, that is perfection.
That's right. And he's got his bull in his hands, but you don't want to go anywhere because when we come back, you got to watch the labor-intensive getting that bull back up to camp to where they can get it flown out. Don't go
Do
anywhere.
we ever tell you the fun stops right when you put that animal down?
Welcome back to The Choice.
Way to go, guys. And now,
now
the fun stops.
The fun stops as soon as you pull that trigger or squeeze that trigger. Now the guys have a lot of work, so let's watch them get busy.
Last evening, Joe and I shot this moose, and by the time we got him called in, we had enough time to get we took a tenderloin out and headed to camp, got back to camp at dark. We're back this morning. We're going to try to get a couple chunks on our packs and start walking out of here. Well, it's the 5th day here in Alaska on top of this mountain. Joe and I spent yesterday butchering the bull. We brought back the 2 hams last night. Maybe we overdid a little bit. They're probably weighing about 140 pounds a piece, 130. Today we're getting up earlier. We're going to head back, try to get 2 loads out today so we can finish up tomorrow and get back to hunting. We got 2 hams and 2 front shoulders up. We're grabbing some meat bags. We're going to put our compression straps away, get the backs all bundled back up. It's snowing now. Yesterday was bugs, today it's snowing. We're going to lash everything down, try to get in there and get a second trip out. And just about burn our legs out for the day. But hopefully we can get 2 trips today and maybe a trip and a half, 2 trips tomorrow. We'll be Monday to start hunting the following day. So. Well, it's day 6.
We got up early this morning. We're fogged in. Visibility's about 40 yards when I was out earlier. And it's cold as the dickens this morning. It snowed last night. We got 6 bags. We got 6 packs of meat up here. We've got 2 more bags to bring up, and then we're free sailing. We're going to hunt some more. We're going to try to do this all over again. I don't really know why, but we got another moose tag, and we're going to try to fill it. Hopefully he's a skinny moose. A skinny moose with big rack.
That's funny. It's 23rd. It was 7 days or something we've been in here. We're fogged in again this morning. Center line went out yesterday, and we got the last load of meat. We got the hide and head to come back in, but because of the fog and the time constraints we're on, we couldn't get 2 loads out, so we got 1 more load to get today. Here we are fogged in again this morning. We probably made a mistake going out yesterday. It was really bad snow conditions. We went once the fog lifted, and it turned into a bad rain. So it pretty much rained on us from the time we left camp to the time we got back, and our gear is completely soaked. I'll tell you one thing, this XPG sleeping bag is a lifesaver. This is, tent is home, but this is home.
When you're out on a wilderness self-guided trip, one of the major concerns is to stay dry, comfortable, and safe. Joe and I were on top of that mountain for 12 to 14 days, and even on the 3rd or 4th day, if we'd have called Wade and said, look, we're tired, miserable, and cold, we want to come out, Wade could have very easily said, the wind's blowing, it's raining and snowing, I can't safely fly my plane in there and take you out. You're going to be stuck there for at least 2 more days. You really need to be serious about the rain gear and your tent, your sleeping bags, every detail. You have to think about your comfort and staying dry and warm. Joe and I made a trip to Cabela's, and we ended up with one of their extreme weather tents, some down sleeping bags, some Alaskan pack frames, and some MTO 50 Gore-Tex rain gear. We knew that once we got up there on top of that mountain and there was no coming out, you're in there for 12 or 13 days, it's a lot more fun to hunt when you're safe, comfortable, and you're dry.
Zendel has taught me the cardinal rule of survival. Let me show you. If you're with Zendel, you will have chocolate. We have this one and 1 more left to get us through 6 days. Once these are gone, we're gonna kill each other.
We're gonna go down and get the head and the hide out, and then we're done and we're ready to start hunting again tomorrow, fresh. So all our clothes are wet. We got a little dilemma there how to dry them, but the sun's trying to burn through the fog, so. Well, we made it back to our mountain. Now all we got to do is climb it.
Oh, I could feel their backs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I'm telling you what though, they're out there, they did an awesome job.
Oh, guys, you're way late,
hunting,
man.
filming, trying to get a bull on film
And
then
to capture the essence of a do-it-yourself moose hunt.
especially the end of the hunt,
Yep.
the packing it all back up. I mean, there's a lot of work to it, and to get it on film, that was
Absolutely.
awesome. It really was.
Thanks, guys. And, you know, don't forget, we have a 2-part series. Next week is the 2nd part, and Joe's up to bat, and we'll see what happens with him and his TC.
Right, and we need to thank Renfro's Alaskan
Oh,
Adventures,
Wade,
for
again.
having them guys up there and giving them the opportunity of a lifetime.
That's
If
right.
you happen to see Thompson Center, the
TC,
lucky logo,
baby.
you need to log on to thechoicetv.com, click on the lucky logo button, fill out some information. Someone's going to win some great stuff from Thompson Center.
Whew. And we know what TCs can do.
Oh, we sure do. We just saw it.
Yes.
That's right.
Wow.
So next week's part 2, Joe's up,
Thanks for making your choice.
the choice. We'll see you next week.